Hello, welcome kindergarten families. I would like to introduce myself. I am the kindergarten online virtual teacher for this school year. My name is Mrs. Nicole Hills, and I am looking forward to this opportunity to work with you and your child during this experience. So I just want to say welcome. I have some information for you to kind of give you an overview of what this school year is going to look like, and these include learning expectations and what your child is going to be learning this year in kindergarten with me. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have been teaching for 12 years. I have been an instructional coach at Elk Creek Elementary in Newcastle the last 5 years. And previous before that, I was a kindergarten through second grade teacher as well. I have been married. I have 3 wonderful kids, Jaden, who's 12, Kyra, who's 10, and Haven is 8. Just to let you know a few of my favorites. I love the Golden State Warriors. My son Haven is a big fan of Steph Curry. I also love pasta, any kind of pasta, and I love salad as well. I always try to eat a piece of dark chocolate every single day. A movie that I'm a fan of right now is Trolls. My daughter Kyra is really into Trolls. And then some activities that I like to do outside of school is I like anything outside, and that includes camping, mountain biking, or paddle boarding. All right, so let's get started with some of our classroom expectations. First and foremost, it's going to be really important that you help your child set up a nice, quiet learning station for them. And like I said, we want this to be a quiet spot, no distractions. So let's have our siblings outside of the room. We want to have our puppy dog or cat away from us. We want this to be a consistent spot where your child is going to be doing their independent work. Just so you know, I will be here at Elk Creek Elementary doing all my instruction. I have a nice quiet classroom. I will be here with all my teacher materials, and I will have no distractions as well. These will both provide a great learning space for us as we grow and learn together. Our class schedule, I have 2 groups. I have a group A and a group B, and you will find out more information which group you are in. So I will briefly go over of what this looks like for a day of learning for your child. We will start right away at 8 o'clock in the morning. This will consist of a little calendar, a morning activity that we will do together. The next thing is morning work. So this might be a read aloud that you might want to do with your child. This might be doing some drawing or writing your name. I will give suggestions for those morning work. And then we're going to jump into Super Kids. And so this year, Super Kids is our reading instruction. And we have lots of fun Super Kids to learn about. And your child is going to be very engaged during this time. And then I will release you to do some independent work. And that will be some workbook pages from our Super Kids book. It might be, like I said, name writing. It might be some counting. It might be reading a book, learning our letters during that time. So I will have a specific guidelines for those. And then at 10:20, we're going to jump into writing right away. Writing is my favorite part of the day. With writing, I will give some instruction on how to write your name, how to draw some pictures, and how to label. And eventually, we're going to be writing sentences. And then after that, I will release you to do some independent work, and that might be adding on to your writing or creating your own. At 11:30, we're going to jump into math, and this is where we're going to get some instructions. We have a resource called Investigations, where we'll do some warm-up activities such as counting, and then we're going to do a direct lesson around our number concepts, and then we're also going to have a class discussion about our math learning and thinking as well. And then I will give you an opportunity to have some lunch and recess. And then in the afternoon, I will have some office hours at 1 o'clock to 1:30. This is a time for you to jump in on a Google Meet where we can answer, or I can answer any of your questions that you may have, or you want some assistance with your child learning a specific concept. So I will be available for a half an hour during that time. And then from 1:30 to 2:30, I will have some small groups. I will let you know through a Google Meet of who I want to meet with during that time. These small groups will probably take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, and it will be giving some more individualized instruction to your child. And then the last hour from 1:30 to 2:30 is learning choice boards. This is an opportunity for your child to do iReady, which is an online platform. It's an app where your child will be engaged in some fun learning based on their needs. Super Kids app also is a wonderful app for your child to practice some skills that we've been learning. And then learning labs. This is an opportunity for your child to just explore and build on their learning. It might be as simple as find some noodles and let's count them, or let's glue them on a piece of paper, or let's go play with some kitchen materials and use our pretend thinking skills. Or let's go ahead and write some numbers on the table with some shaving cream, or use our whiteboards and markers. So definitely during this time is kind of an exploration time as well, because we know that's very important for our kindergarten students. And then to wrap up the day, we will do a Let's Chat. This is where I would like to bring everyone back together and talk about our learning and reflect on our learning for that day. And then we will talk about the next day as well. And at the very end of the day, I will have some planning time that will help me prepare for the next day's instruction. So this is Group A. Group B is going to be very similar, just flip-flop into the schedule. Moving on, behavior management. And so at school, we want all our children to be safe, and we all want them to make mistakes and grow from those mistakes. We encourage them to have appropriate behavior, and we will give them lots of positive reinforcements of kind words. So this is our behavior management. And just so you know, we'll talk a little bit more about some of our rules during our Google Meets. We want to make sure that our mic is muted. We want to make sure we know how to raise our hand, and we want to make sure that we are saying appropriate and kind words to our friends as well. School supplies. I would highly encourage for you to get in contact with your school and get a school device. We'll be using iPads. And then a recommendation is to have headphones for your child as well. Pencils, that is something that your child will need since we'll be working in workbooks and on journal paper. That's going to be really important. Manipulatives. Through our math program, we have lots of manipulatives. So what I suggest is looking around the house and seeing if you have some tangible ones, such as noodles or beans or small rocks or beads. That will help your child learn some of those math concepts and really believing in the hands-on learning. Workbooks will be provided by your school. We will have a Super Kids workbook, and we will have a math workbook. Here's an example of the Super Kids workbook. And then also, your child will need some scissors and glue sticks and crayons and markers. All of those things will be needed as we are doing specific lessons. And then the last piece is ice cream paper, and that's something that the school will also provide. And that ice cream paper is to help your child develop handwriting skills. Kindergarten specials. Right now, online does not provide any specials, but please feel free to reach out to Rifle or Newcastle Recreation Department, and they will have some opportunities for your child in some of those areas. Online resources this year, we will be using Seesaw, which is an online platform. This is where you can check in on your students' work. This is where your student will be completing some of the learning activities. This is where I will give feedback, and this is another form of communication between us. Gmail, please check your Gmail. I will have my Gmail set up as well, and I will be checking my emails frequently throughout the day. iReady. iReady is an online platform where your child can engage in personalized individual lessons in reading and math. And this will be suggested for your child to use daily. Epic is an online reading resource. It is a place where your child can access thousands of books. And I will also be suggesting and recommending that be a place where your child learn and read some of the stories in that platform. Super Kids has a student app as well that will be on the iPad. This is where they will use the app to reinforce the learning from the day. And then also there is more text that we'll be reading on the Super Kids app, and there are some learning games as well. Tech support. Tech support will only be provided for those with school devices. So I highly encourage you to reach out to your schools and access an iPad through your school. Moving on to attendance. Teachers and principals have determined whether students will be actively involved in the educational process, and we will determine that in these ways. Presence in the in-person instruction, assignments completed at home. So these are the learning activities I would like to see your child completing when they have that independent and learning time. And then student demonstration of learning. This is really critical because I need to see how your child is growing and learning with the instruction I am giving, and then also by seeing some of the practice that they are doing with the independent work. Please communicate with me through email. That's going to be really important. And then other reasonable demonstrations of active engagement approved by the principal. So overall, we just want you to be engaged in the day's learning. If you happen to be absent or your child is sick, please let me know and communicate with me. But just know I will be keeping track of your child's engagement throughout the day through those Google Meets and seeing them actively participate in the learning. Student technology, we have iPads for each and every kindergarten student. So please get those in your child's hands this week and familiarize yourself with how to use those iPads. There also is another important agreement that we need you to go into PowerSchool, your parent portal, and sign the parent-student tech agreement. This is going to be really, really critical. Please do that as soon as possible. And if you need assistance on finding that, it'll be on our Garfield school website. Other reminders we need to discuss, please update your information in PowerSchool. This will be located on our district website. Please check your emails often. I check my email all the time. So if you need to communicate or get a hold of me, please send me an email. You can also check PowerSchool for your child's grades and attendance. That is where we'll be keeping track of this information. Also check Seesaw, the family app. This is a great way to check your child's work and any further announcements about any of their learning. And then I'm going to have you sign up for Sign Up Genius. This is a one-to-one meeting that we can get in touch and we can get some of your answers or your concerns, and we can just have a one-to-one visit. And I can also say hi to your child during that time. All right, here is my contact information. It is my school phone number that you can reach me at is 665-6926. You can call me at any time. Feel free to leave a message, and I will have to get back to you towards the end of the day or my lunch hour because I will be teaching the children during the other hours. And then my email address is nhills@garfieldre2.net. And remember, I will have office hours every day from 1 to 1:30, and this is an opportunity for you to pop in and ask questions or share any information that you want to share with me during that time. And then if you need any other appointments made, please just email me and we can set something up. And that about wraps all my information for you. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to the school year with you and your child. Please know that you play an important role as a learning coach with your child. I want you to be your child's encourager and give them lots of praise and feedback for all the hard work that they are doing each and every day. Just so you know, we will be in touch, and have a great day, and I look forward to having a one-to-one meeting with you soon.